everybody. It's Deborah with Salvage Sister and Mr. Oh my goodness. There we go. Lighting is terrible. Hey guys, and replay viewers. Oh gosh. It's Friday. Like, do I put my hair up? Do I put it down? This is terrible. Ugh. You guys, it was a long day. How's everybody doing today? I thought we'd talk a little bit about Instagram, and of course my little kitty is coming. Yesterday I wanted my hair down, today I want my hair up. I don't know, I can't decide. It's wild. Oh, and now my kitty's gonna try and... You know what, Cindy? Thank you for asking. I'm doing okay. We had some insurance problems yesterday that kind of threw me for a loop. I was a little frustrated with the whole thing, but you know, it is what it is, right? Everything always ends up working out. So that's probably not what you wanted to hear, but it's on my mind right now. Kind of stressing me out a little bit, but that's all right. It's gonna work. So anyways, here's the Periscope kitty coming to say hello. So today I thought we'd talk a little bit about Instagram. It's one of my favorite social medias, and so it's going to be a quick scope because I'm actually going to be taking off here in a few minutes. But I thought if you had any questions, I can answer those. I was going to give a couple of quick tips for you guys. I think Instagram for me is, you know, everybody connects with a social media. I know some people really connect with Facebook, and actually I'm liking Facebook a little bit more than I was a few months ago. But, you know, some people like Twitter, some people like Snapchat, but Instagram for me has been a place of really supportive, wonderful people, and, you know, what I consider Insta friends now. That I've met through there. So, and let me know, guys. Oh, thank you for the hearts. That at least helps me know. And there's a little refrigerator that you guys can hear me okay. So, on some quick tips for Instagram. I think Instagram is actually a really wonderful business tool. I think that you can grow a shop on there. You like the upbeat. I could not agree more. I really think it's a very positive. Sometimes Facebook can become a little bit of, for some reason, people are drawn to a little bit more on the complaining side sometimes. But it can be funny and things like that too. But I think Instagram is very supportive. So I think you can grow a business solely, and I've seen many friends who've grown their business solely on Instagram. I don't think you necessarily have to have other things. I think you can start on Instagram and then go from there and develop other platforms, a blog, an Etsy shop, things like that. But I think you can start on Instagram if you want to start a business. So I'll have some tips for you. One of which is, you know, these are just going to be my personal preferences, and I'm not an expert. I just have had some success with Instagram. I try to help others. I don't, you know, there's other people who have larger followings than I do and things like that, but I think I found some things that work for me, and I try to help others with what I've learned. I do know that, you know, my following has been all organic. I've participated in very few of the group follow for follows. So, you know, I think a lot of people have come to my feed solely based on, you know, the interactions that I've had with people. So a couple of tips that I have is, one, if you're, again, personal preferences. If you are having your Instagram feed automatically post to another platform, or if you're having your Facebook feed automatically go into your Instagram, I would say not every post that you have is going to do well on the different platforms. So if you're doing, something that works really well on Facebook won't necessarily work on Instagram. Now, those two in particular, since Facebook and Instagram are tied together, they don't necessarily, you're not going to get dinged in Facebook by posting your Instagram picture, but you are potentially having followers that see you on different platforms. And I know in one Facebook thread I was reading, somebody was saying, the chances of people following you on all those platforms and seeing all those posts is slim. And I would actually disagree with that perspective. I think you actually do see those, and it does turn people off to see the same wording and the same pictures within minutes of each other on different platforms. I know when I go on, I'll go on Instagram, then I'll go over to Facebook, try to jump on Twitter if I can, and check my email. And when I would do those, there's a good chance that if you've just posted on Instagram and I jump over to Facebook, I'm going to see the same thing if I'm following you on both platforms. And so, it is a way to be seen, but I think that people that follow you, there's a good chance that they follow you on multiple platforms. So thank you guys for sharing. So I think you actually follow different people on each platform. Okay, yeah. And if you try to put different posts on each. Yeah, you know what? So that's a really great perspective. Go ahead and change the verbiage on it. And if you can, don't automatically post it. Try to go in there and manually do it so that you're catching a different audience at a different time. I think the problem with the automatic posting, it does help you because it frees up your time. The problem is on most of these platforms, people are looking for a real person. And when you are absent, you might have 10,000 followers or 2,000 followers or 100,000 followers. But when you are absent from a platform, you will see it. You need to get way more organized. But you will see the interaction be very different. I can think of somebody that I know who has, around 1,000 followers. Their interaction, you can tell they're present on Instagram and they have a ton of hearts. So, but if you take somebody who is just automatically posting, generally you can tell that. And it's hard because we're all trying to manage our time, but you can tell when somebody is absent from a platform. And so if you're a blogger, that hurts you because if somebody is looking for an active campaign, they're probably not going to solicit you for that because they're going to see that you're not really active on that platform, even if you have a high follower count. So, but that's just for blogging. But just in general, if you're doing anything automated and you're not present, it can affect you and the relationships that you build and the connections that you can make. So that's one thing. Instagram, we've talked about before, if you've followed me on Periscope, that it's not really a behind the scenes. It's a stage behind the scenes. Most people know that. It's a very vignette platform. If you can master vignettes, that's great. But I will tell you that people are looking for connections again. And so you can, the little fridges are super cute. You can still be successful in not having the perfect house, the perfect vignettes, the perfect, photography is really important in Instagram, but I'll tell you, I don't have a DSLR. I do everything with my phone. I try to make the best with what I have because that's what that's my belief system and what our blog is about. But you don't have to have a lot of things, but I will tell you that it comes down to making the best of it. Try to, whether you're a home decor person or a craft person or a food person, it is a staged platform. So you want to stage it. And if you don't know how to stage it, look at people in the area that you are in. If you're in home decor, find some really good home decor people. If you're into food or you're an Etsy shop, then find some really successful Instagram accounts that you can follow, that you can look at to see what they're doing and what's working for them. Not in a comparison way, but in a way that you can really take good pictures with your phone. Oh yeah, totally just use my phone. And you know what? I can tell the difference between people who have a DSLR and people that don't. I can tell that, and I know other people can tell that, but I am going to stand behind my philosophy of making the best with what I have. And you know what? I don't have, like, I was thinking about that this morning with the picture that I put up. It's like, I love the picture that I put up, no matter if it gets 700 likes or if it gets 50 likes. It's like, just because it had meaning to me. I liked the bowl, I liked the saying, and it really resonated. And I felt like it was true to me. And when you're not true to yourself, it will come across. So I try to make the best. Educating your brain by looking at other people's posts is a must. Yeah. And you know what? You want to make sure, and that's one of the other points I was going to make. So thank you for leading me into that. Is consider who you're following and why you're following. I wish that I could keep up with as many people that are following me as I can't do that. But think about who you're following. And I would say have 3 groups of people. And that is people that you are really trying to learn from. And those are people that you really don't care if they ever follow you back. It's really not important because you're learning from them. You're inspired by them. It's a connection thing. Just like, you might follow, I don't know, give me a big brand, Apple, or just a home goods, or, some really big accounts. Your expectation isn't that you're ever going to get followed by them. You're really inspired by them. And that's why you have that, that's why you followed them. And that's what you're there for. And then you want to have people in the next column that you are, kind of like Insta friends with. You're both supporting each other. You want to make sure that your notifications are turned on for those people. And if you don't know how to do that, it's the 3 dots in their profile, and you can turn on the notifications. And that was weird by doing that. No, that's really, really good to have your notifications turned on for those people, because you want to make sure that you don't miss their posts. And if you follow, I have 900 people that I follow. And, obviously that's, that can be hard to keep up on. So I try to turn on as many notifications as I can so that when somebody's post comes up, I won't miss it. And then you're going to have some people that maybe you're mentoring, people that, maybe, are up and coming people, or people that you really have a connection with. They are trying to learn from you. And so I think a mentoring relationship is going to be, of course. I'm sorry. That's terrible. Yeah, if you guys have been on Periscope with me, I've had trouble all week with it. So hopefully this will keep plugging away. I'm sorry about that. So you want to have the 3 people that you are looking up to, that don't necessarily want to follow you, aren't going to follow you back, but it really doesn't matter. The people that you're making connections with, you follow them, they follow you. It's a reciprocal relationship. And then people that you're mentoring. And you want to make sure that people that are in your follow list fall into those 3 categories. So those are the tips that I have for you guys today. I think it's really, really important to look at your automation. I'll just do a recap real quick. Look at your automation and find out whether or not that's really working for you. I think Instagram is a connection based, so you don't necessarily have to have the best photos. They do need to be, of course, they do need to be vignette style no matter what. you're doing, try to master a vignette. Make the best with whatever you have, camera wise, and then look at who you're following and why you're following them. I will let you guys know that I have a consultation that I give for people who are wanting to take their Instagram to the next level. And so I just want to let people know that. I don't do a ton of them, and for the main reason is because I want to do them well. And I do have, 2 jobs, so I don't commit to a lot of them, but I do a few a month. And then I also offer a private Facebook group that is secret, and it's a networking and tip. So I put up tips all the time on Instagram, and it's also a group that can network with each other, and they talk to each other and work together as well. So that is $3.99 a month, and you can find out more on my site, or you can also email me and I can give you information. So you guys, that's my Instagram Friday for you. If you have any questions, I'll stick around for just a minute and see if anybody has any quick questions. I gotta get skedaddling here in just a minute. But I thank you guys for the hearts and for the fridges. That's pretty funny. And I appreciate you guys tuning in today on our Periscope. So if anybody has any questions, what are the fridges about? So on Periscope, if you type in Easter egg, it was supposed to, of course, thank you. The Easter egg is supposed to be a surprise with every 5th heart. And so yesterday it was fridges, today is fridges. I don't know if it's going to be fridges for the whole time, but my understanding was it was supposed to be a surprise. Just like an Easter egg, and you never know what's going to be inside. So probably every few days they're going to change it, I would assume. So, all right, guys, I think I'm going to get taken off here because I've got somewhere I have to run off to. So you guys have a wonderful weekend. I do not Periscope on the weekends unless something comes up, but I Periscope Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific time. I may be changing that to 3 days a week, depending on my schedule, as it might be changing a little bit, but we'll see. And I'll keep you guys in the loop on that. All right, guys, have a blessed weekend. Thanks again, and we will see you next week.